Kessben matches and so Eclipse collateral management as a main conscious of Mugusua. Hey, Yamma, dear, your son, dear Fata no more. Ain't to main conscious, say, oh, Japadi and Krata don't have it to me that year, Juma. Ama also when you can crap out your party. Nanina, hey, Eclipse collateral management. And as a main Casancho, or see your property holds the power to transform your future. Ain't you in term? Now near your Eclipse. Then couldn't come up. Again, you are the game changers when it comes to your turning property documents into profit. Ain't you know? You're in term. Now near your Eclipse collateral management from Goodins, I was saying, and said, we're Japadi and Krata and the Hodia shot deckem. Wobble Batu Hona and Woman and your shema. Or no, does a Fabran or the Bay Juma. Now what's when you kakra? Now what the Didi Wate? By your land document perfection home party. I'm a pachoa. Omudima Kutini Yepa. Say your collateral home commodity. Nina Eclipse collateral management. A year Jumani send your fata. Sason or some countries I said buy your credit brokerage and after your prime brokerage. Nina Udima Kotene. Ain't you know? Only a Eclipse collateral management from Godin come on. Omo Denta Baroma Medimosis Hospital. And as I said, West African SHS 101 on mobile. One Sabakan was 0543 832466 0543 832466. Now only a Eclipse collateral management for 18 come on. See me running. I'll say our Eclipse collateral management for property owners, we say think safety and decent income. And then for businesses, we say think funding before projects. I know. And then Eclipse collateral management. And Memano Muntie, Yari and one, Danny Den, you remember who de Ramo. His son is a hard grenade. Yanma Yedi 40 years and above. Yes, sir. Says, yeah. And then the fata says, yeah. And it's a checking prostate in one casa. I don't know. Oh, but Tampa process center, some men can't just have Brana so. And I brought no check his son, money in a my son says one mark. Now you check him out. Now they no fear, now what to hold them, sir. Now, jeans, Davida. Oh, but Tampa process center, some men can't trust a maintenance. And my name Fawase. And my name Cassette. A year late, Davida. And in the on anybody in common, so Johnson frequently at night. Wo Johnson, I'm just to tell you. Wo Johnson, I a week is a beba. Wo Johnson. Now, what the necessary background to me from Banon. Nina. Oh, but Tampa process center, some men can't just say. Oh, by yes, yes, what is here? And one, I don't know. 18 international. I was a Caswa Fifi Proud last stop. Caswa Nyano Quano so Honomo Wolf. And in term 055 3800 055 3800 and on your Batampa Prostate Center in Dinkomo. Number wow. Or Batampa Prostate Center. Or say prostate problems your last stop. Chepam. Now what you mama pam near me na wo chepam no. Mo say mutumi wrongo ho. E san say fetemo. E koye. Mo sha mutumi say yes. Atare no na wahye no. Atare no so wahye papa. Erinti en nteme mo monteme kan ne no. Abrante bi e friend chepam. O pam de ye pa. Abrante bi e friend chepam. Odo niema command so pempam wa. Say your wedding, say you're sorry. And I also say, a one casa engagement. The officer will call now here to the papa. Nina, what a chepam in this and was all over. Chepam some men can't just say in town. Now, Oba, say your office where or pam Nina mount. What you say, yes, who quite Juman, one casamono, what boga, oh, quite sorry, no, what foul home. Engagement no obi asa Jack Abranten attire na shadow na koyepa Nina eye chepam some can just wo awoshi market on man or what corner the company no ya churo nim chepa kese pa emrante gumo mo pama de 24-hour service no Omo ma chance de da. Enti de hia ne so be free chepam. Na ne din sa wo so. E wo ye 020 683 7738 020 68 7738. Now when you chepam enti enkomo chepam also your custom tailoring. That's right. Yenyan intermen na yenko yenoma ye wo stroke no yenua bi yes sister bi arasi ye wo fa bi enya stroke watenka na umomu no be don besa nwoko no munya baby papa enko dia ye Edu Herbal Center say men kan just say intermen na bra wate na Dr. Edu a renowned stroke specialist enti no so ba ye hia ye hye obeye nyu so ayenyu yerentam na woni ye Edu Herbal Center enkodi nkomo no be boy ye pa Edu Herbal Center say nye stroke nkwa no show na mo ye ne ma sabio hypertension high blood pressure high no diabetes asthma sexual weaknesses kidney related conditions any other diseases in me pachowa yerentam na woni Edu Herbal Center eni sanwo so no be boy Asande drosun kwamba Edhec Maakye Edhec tonic and after say Edhec herbal mixtures ning na wo ho e betimi abom ma ho atowo saso and also me ma kai so de drosun kwamba aye friend no Edhec SM beaters they say aye friend no SM beaters aye drosun kokra say dro we ko pebito na beboa yenoma ye wa arthritis waist pains rheumatism joints muscle pains and after say body weakness, general body wellness. Ningina, the heck has some beaters, ebe boapa. So open the door to Panda, young Koya head office, a woman Kessben, Befi Chrome, and after so I cry or Doko official town. Yanmaya Watakano, Yanko was pharmacy and after the Joe Herbal, Sunyane, a green light and after so Mosi Pharmacy, Cape Coast, a Pina Herbal, Swedroy, Lincoln Pharmacy. Kasapa Herbal na feso e fafojo ewe ye techuman na feso Gapsin Pharmacy Kofrodi Akimoda eye Kino Pharmacy Ochineba Herbal Wonkoko Elubo eye Edalo Accra eye House of Drugs Repairs Ventures Sagisco Pharmacy Ningina Wokanshi Drug Lane Kumasi a PFA Pharmacy Colina Herbal and after ye Danny Herbal Misty Herbal Freddie Mans and after your quarter credit a God Day Herbal and after say Charles Ahonina won Sabeka Drone be that's some beaters oh pay from Odia Dipane Hospital now 055 837 9545 055 837 9545 and I feel so 020 104 4221 and I feel so 0243 989368 now on the Edu Herbal Center for Indian Common. And it is 51 minutes past the hour of 7 meeting area mansan son for Kojo Preko Dankwah from now to 9:45. Me don't never be to media friend Kessben Maakye matena si yenkomo ayesese koso omanemu nkomo nyina ede yebedi ni nyina ewo fia but the most topical yebedi ni nyina ho enkomo me da say so do afide na to Kessben TV so eno nti no mechia minuanum nyina Simon awo Peace and Love Hospital and afiso Mr. and Mrs. Abedu mechia mu nyina mommy ene popi mechia mommy sure say bibia boko weekend so ekoyie pa saso and awoteme on 92.9 FM 92.9 FM eno ewo Accra Kessben Maakye and as a Kessben FM 92.9 Accra ye was circle ye ni Telecel office no na ye adjacent ye dan no blue and yellow glass nko tin asra 20 hours see traffic light na see on my 4th floor honum ana ye wo so and abetime kan live www.kessbenonline.com woko honum click so 92.9 FM Accra Kessben on sa ebe kame honum so and on Facebook Kessben 92.9 FM Accra Kessben 92.9 FM Accra. Kohonom na like a page, comment na face share. Your Biano, Fadina to one making canning in us, and then as usual, your text message in a face or WhatsApp message in a page of an bra, making canning in us, so I will fear her annum ama 52 minutes past are off for yes 7. When I'm console, I walk qua Michelle, Emma watching Emma Quaba Bium, about a Kessben matches on 92.9 FM face or Kessben TV. So, and then on DSTV is channel 364, and then on Go TV. Channel 121. Yanko na mene Dr. Esiama Endi enkomo ye health segment no ya shase ne Monday na watch for na yesim dane den nyina no ye ne Dr. Esiama Endi enkomo from C4C Liver Specialist Hospital na ye nhwe de ekoso ya pomude ne hu hia ye pa weekend ya kwa ba ye flashy be out na fe ne enko ye nim doc memo ache mo akwa ba eba ye Kessben 92.9 FM so and afiso ye Kessben TV so na Friday no me de nkra bi agyawo aye obi sene me test se si ade ono no obi sa so betumi anom coffee sabi onom niti na ene ya na onom tipa yedro ba no obi sa se o de coffee na enom ebeboa anase emboa ba de di kan me mo ache e ma hokọ aba bibia bokọ de nice. Oh, me so me hu ye pa nyame adom kakra bibia fine. Nana manka me rebe fi internet say me de hye ho no mansa makande say me ka no. But we address no ma me na fi no yakoyanim wo ne anopa ide wo man ya wadama nipa especially I think I wanted you to address the issues of ye no ma ye de other things and nom a draw instead of insuo no e be the Fanta e be the Coke e be the tea e be the nema bibiri obi dey do so the coffee and nom wadama et saying
yo bra anope so we don't say each year loyal listeners when na da o ma se bra no tie na o my number 1 da o ma se na question na we say dey ayo bia how it is my isapa no kwa no so they been out Benomedra, it me Edada with some soda. Na Yamawanum account, say Obeti modernity. A man in conformably applique that kind of a habit, you know. Na it drew be a ecosystem, you know. Your pharmacology, we be a kind of pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics. Basically, try to say how a drone a system and how our body will process it a drone. Until a yana, you will know you are ye no cry, I perceive a diane a camel. You will be a wire cement and sana, I will know a drone here and sana with it. There are so many areas I added to dosage, prescription, and a form of taking medication. So, Sunny Abaya, you being the efficacy of a drone more than a becoso. They started in Yamadi a camera, Titlu, for cafe no, Metiasia, cafe, some properties. And no crown pointy, I'm not painkillers be over, the caffeine, a camel, I say cafe, and a compound and ancasa, and a contain caffeine no. It's a caffeine no can crack and painkillers need to a I'm not deno, yet be a camel, Emma, it's me, and my drone more than a costro. Now, so, how I want to say, say a fat cafe no, na ye de fa say a para my painkiller no pain relief na contemno e sounds of your house eto your kidney any your liver so it sounds say your liver no that special responsibility so be a group of body more what we call bioavailability or absorb in drone be na emma emu ways no processing ye na emu ahoden litini enya nanso se kobasi the caffeine na ka ho a liptan e wo se osan so ekọ ya caffeine no ana caffeine no so ho adwuma it breaking down the caffeine breaking down a drone angasa so emma some disparities be eba the way oil adwuma no it may lead to what you call hepatocity or liver damage ubenya a lot of toxic liver animal intimate and process a drone bio. In as much say offer cafe no any parana na any painkiller it may increase the efficacy of a drone, it may increase the pharmacokinetics of a drone, it may sustain a drone my drone chain system more effect no a no and how can see a power it may do Tony Pediano so and the advice I would say we would desist from that kind of character and I say process I dey fa ndro yes so a be I dey soda Meka soda, meka carbonated drinks, anything more brand be adding, but carbonated drinks are what one in ano. Empo fruit juice are what dry yefa. Once a fruit juice need to orange, a woman brain. And so, if you remember, I will say fruit juice need to contain some serious chemicals. You better say for alkunomarans. These are special chemicals that almost block the activities of CYP348. A special enzymes are only the a small intestines. Break it down in drama and san you do not call your bloodstream. Say and san you do not call mojanimu. Ama mojana carry and grown to be a area no one a quack ejima. And he says, sir, and more way and enzymes here blocked because what the fruit juice and air far away draw now. Not just a drone reason how the free drone unya and so far so now a quack cause 90. Most of this soda and also containing a lot of caffeine that it is containing sugar that it is containing other chemicals it will alter the drug's absorption. In fact, high acidity of carbonated drinks, it will make drugs may be dissolved prematurely. Only say if pills be I know coat be one more. That coat at what time I don't know I was a breaking the shell but offer so that's maybe bra or more acidic content so to want to make do a drone my drone efficacy a buffer almost to blockade the main pathway the receptors now a drone was binding to them a drone age almost to make increase input the side effect of caffeine. Can I say caffeine side effect was strong it lima and not a day mouth. It may Emma a command bond tentem. It may Emma unya severe saphagia, which is constant headache. It may Emma unya jitters or jitteries. Unsa and nobody need to know. So most of this caffeine on the central nervous system. It is a overdose, but Uma or nerves no go to what you call hyperperipheralization of the nerves, hypersensitization of the nerves. It is anytime, anyhow. And who are then ever from it. Yeah, for painkillers. Now, the other medication, the other, apart from insulin, the soda, any other fruit juice, and it may add your how a bread. If you want to cry or for antacid, make antacid, a draw for brow, fairly set, and from my age now, baby, and acid not those for chest. What they call most of this fruit juice, and we are, and also to me, or how a bread, so, that hormonal medication, so. Thyroid hormone conditions, diabetes, and dry and high lipid. Yes, is why I for antibiotics. Can I say even for antibiotics? I teach them say in Nicosia, no milk, and because in says I mean, it's not blocking some of the enzymes about one drone. I am a these major things, no, you bet me on a grocer, me a complaint, say drone, but not a how I for a drone processor, my drone efficacy no perform processor, my liver and any organs are responsible for the bioavailability, for the reception, for the breakdown, for the detonation, for the removal of all these chemicals, because your compound problem now my drone efficacy perform. So we will be a part of this group. What they maybe coffee, tea, any fruit juice, I would go for a draw. Unless say your doctor and I'm out that kind of advice. In fact, there was some time ago, now facility, I was said, improvise it so that we can give an infusion directly orally so that the so there are times where there is an improvisation, there are times where maybe I want to mean the deal who I don't know anything because my pains me too much. Doctor bear advice, so no prescribe a strong painkiller amount. If you are combining the answer and before our body and breaking it down, I am the not just the Ayamon who said, Nipediano between absorb it may break first phase, second phase, and then the oxidation process between our control. And son will hear from Nipediano. It's a year of Fania Mabia, a Kakaka, not after no ear cause serious damage on my organs. No, he can cry a bit to me. I can say, you're very careful. And how I combine in Ryan, and only be one man, they interact with each other. Active ingredients now won't grow more than a bad form, and to ban no, sir, only one word in beer. Meso, okay we no one kai so say adie bia ko woni pedua no say fa nsuo edro drink e fa na aduane bibia no e be fa obrabo no mu eno nti be kenya obrabo no with edro waso aye fa na liver to na C4C dia bega so be sra say bi ni ofie sisi ade na go so fa painkiller e fa fa ndra ho dro dia na kai say painkiller so wo issue a etime di ma your liver no teach you para for instance it may break it down into what we call napkin so ya ade bia e che woni pedua no ma e poisonous your liver, it produces some special natural neutralizer there, glutanoid. Naturalize it, compound in a better one you could idea how about it. Okay, now, Brabona, a baby side marine amount. C4C said, baby, I will be more than an amount, some draw was so illegal to be. Only be the area we are catching. So, branch, branches here, Baba Bomb so the area now to this answer a special checkup, free checkup promo, no, I special discounts, you go so I run it into Uber, Accra branch. A Delta SDA junction, Kumase, just so Mojache junction, Takra, the so young Aguna or Dobin, and a central region, Cape Coast, Green Hill, opposite Addison Square Garden. I bet you a boy say, I have various scanning in our mouth, a baseline investigation, be who be a problem no one you could young man, son, the natural homeopathic remedy, Kenya organs, in our moment, your mouth, and the efficacy of a drug, one of those workers. So, Empo, Yatra, how our best exercise, organs, maybe how I be our pain, so baby, I would die about my pain, alcohol, and your drunk one treatment plan, holistic. Yatra, the also with the guy said, the alcohol would be here, if the any baby, to me, area, it's make a fire area, but it's me society area. See, a bachelor, the also would need the any question with it. Now, one of me draw now, a poor medium CPS. See, message of baby, I will be by school was screen was more than far. Not fresh C4C. Branch I have done to an amount come. Sample say, don't be now only a pharmacist. I would be brave. I will be. Then so say, we need to offer a number 050-004-0331. And answer 050-004-0328. Osa ebekaye. You better delivery no within a craft free at the amount. Then this is why you want international in car of my Netherlands more myself. For number plus 316-879-85584 plus 316-879-85584. And also fry that's your boss anyway you come okay. See I share be a doctor to the natural. Liver or kidney will be no further than C4C. Now about there, young son in the other my head is no yet me from one up on the NCP. Kai say C4C liver specialist hospital. A so brave boy I don't think I national Kenya with liver to I can't say a GM donated the treatment plans the Tina Bribia Cassette once treated forever treated. Senior no pay.
Meso medasi bebre Dr. Isiama and yeno AD and come from C4C Liver Specialist Hospital yeni ni come on 5 minutes past hour of 8 at the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM and I feel so Kessben TV. Yes, just enough in common because then there are a number of issues but one has to do with this issue of buying and answer Parliament a pass the Tribunal Bill 2026 as CCN so mampenyi the nsa CCA then it becomes an act as CCN ye bedi so ewo oman mu hanom ye pass ye no na emunsem bebre Parliament and a mighty minority walking out and all those things a press conference to really tell us exactly why feel say the passing of the Tribunal Bill no 2026 no ehu ehia and some fata say ye de eba oman ni de hu komo bebre and now say be de hu komo ye paysan say we need to drink deep on these matters na feel ni share the air call but then no more no anso wa and I hear the presidential candidate the New Patriotic Party make the former vice president of this country Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia then also atumubie wodi nkomo ye pa acheche de ntia osre omampanyi se osre no a monfa pen and sign nkrata no manembe ye emra ewo omemu hanom na reasons are omaye no yengina yentable 92.9 FM na afesu show on Kessben TV se eto asumwa bo santo asumu so a bo de nyina ebedi hu enkomo ewo fie hanom na afi no yakoba kini akwakusua de how and afesu where samanfo te tribunal a omo ye mo hye omo anaso mo yam ensure mo adem kranti ana eye aban anase NDC aban ahye bose omo pese omo de eye tribunal court no esan ebabium when people have issues with it. Yentie Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ensama odi chudwa ema omampanyi na fe no yentoaso.
Hello, fellow citizens. I speak to you on a matter that has the potential to reshape our justice delivery system, introduce tribunals into Ghana's judicial system. Last week, Parliament passed the Tribunals Bill 2026. The mandatory one-day interval between the consideration stage and the third reading was waived so that the bill could be passed on the same day. The minority's objections were voted down. Organized labor objected loudly and publicly, but was ignored. The bill will soon be transmitted to the President for his assent. I have one respectful request of President Mahama. Mr. President, do not assent to this bill.
Kessben
Pause and let the nation ponder and deliberate on this very important matter. This is not a partisan request. The Trades Union Congress, the voice of millions of Ghanaian workers, has called for the bill to be withdrawn altogether, warning that in its current form, it could become a potent tool for weaponizing justice delivery. Those are the words of Ghanaian workers, not of any political party. Consider also the government's own process. The President established the Constitution Review Committee, and it reported last December. This committee recommended removing regional tribunals from the Constitution because the High Court has long carried their caseload. Yet, the report of the committee has not been published. Before the nation has even read it, Parliament has rushed through and legislated in the opposite direction. Mr. President, publish the report first. Above all, Mr. President, reflect on the historical antecedents of the public tribunal system. Under this bill, panels that include persons who are not lawyers may sit in judgment over criminal matters. Ghanaians remember tribunals, and we remember what was done in their name. Our courts are congested, yes, but the answer to congested courts is to strengthen the courts, more judges, more courtrooms, and digitized processes. It is not to build a second system of justice. Mr. President, your government commands one of the largest majorities in the history of the Fourth Republic. With such numbers, Parliament can pass almost any bill it wishes. Not everything that can be passed should be passed. The larger the majority, the greater the duty of restraint. History will not ask how many votes a law received. It will ask whether the law is just, equitable, and seeks to promote and protect the interests of Ghanaians. My call is therefore simple and constructive. Withhold your assent. Convene genuine national engagement. Invite the Ghana Bar Association and other lawyers groups, organized labor, civil society, and the political parties, including my own. We will come in good faith and consult the judiciary itself, the institution that must live with whatever Parliament creates. Justice belongs to no government and no party. It belongs to the Ghanaian people. And a law that reshapes the architecture of justice should rest on national consensus, not on head count. Mr. President, the pen is in your hand. use it not to assent to this bill, but write an invitation to the nation through the Council of State in accordance with Articles 90 and 106 of the 1992 Constitution. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. Thank you.
Okay, so we Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the presidential candidate, the New Patriotic Party, and I feel so former vice president of this country, and Akasano. So basically, what he's telling Omanpenyi is Osrenwa ma onfanensa en shasie pen no de ekura Omanpenyi na emomu no Osrenwa ma onfan hye asie san say niema nanka ye fo say ye betumi ama akoyie no tribunal enka hu bi ewoye omamu hanom eno no ehu hia na waye a good analysis of whatever it is that Omanpenyi needs to hear, and wabone tofa and enye intokwa bebre. All that he's seeking is the rush say be pass the tribunal bill no ehu ehia esane se ye kasa sesi ameno kase the constitutional review a ye tie Omanpenyi wan kasa moti ya omoye adwuma reported that when him kan kire wo say review a yaye 1992 constitution ni mu no say ye yi tribunal regional tribunals ni nyina efimu na eba ne sen na reported that when mu na empanyimfo atena se no mo de aba meka opinion odi anim obi te say ora kwesi prempe ene di anim na omo de abeto wanim say ene say ye no na behind the report no parliament, because and this one majority into no omatumia pass the tribunal bill 2026 sem pacho fa won sa chase se wo san it means that any dear ora akwesi prempe amakotena se omahihye se anka yenyin fimu no banisa na kwete se de wase ummu sebi wanimu a de omaka no opese wo de adefoforo esan be hyemu ebium. Again, or see and share the history when it comes to tribunals. Now, tribunals will chrome hanom no had been yewotia. Now, why do you na akwakugo PNDC government a pencil na the late chairman Jerry John Rawlings etiasiano and establish public tribunals. Around that time, when we used to PNDC tribunal law 1982, PNDC law 24. And omode etesa tribunal no. But before that to crown now in history my understanding is that near used to put it that ahimfo no and after colonial days and no mu used to traditional and no mu used to alongside the ekoso when it comes to court no mu ankasa and ho komo ye bedi ene anope e wo fie hanom na afie no ya share the pros and cons were there. I have heard that the NDC parliament some are saying say it will increase employment. We don't know whether it will or it will not. And even if it will, people have said, including Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so that Babe to just say a full say court no congested. That's the more reason why we are bringing the tribunal. Say be almost to me aboa a fast tracking and semni bidia. Na esefata says a court no yesi bebre. Na face no ye digitalize no. Na fe no ye biem na court no edoso se ne be ya yenkofa baako bi a ene court na mu no be ye adwuma abomo osanso kire mu se de tene se tribunal no enye a lawyer fo nko a ene de omo etena so na mom no se be omo so omo nimde omo nye lawyers ye de omo tena so enye nipa bia huhu bia de ne tena so keke na mom no ye ka se obi ka ho ne de na kana so onye lawyer na no nche se nipa no sebi onimde ene ye do no aka ho ba mu ye de ye adan krofo ka ho se ne be ya ombetumi aboa ne ye di emra no en kan se wotese tribunal ayana because PNDC de ne ba mu ni ntino na mana kofa ensem bebede na no ena aba. But clearly ye wo employment in labor tribunals, ye wo administrative government tribunals, ye wo specialized arbitrations senior be ya ebetumi aboa ama sabi eniema bia na nka ni se ye de courtroom ye tumi de fa ho na almost metumi di asem no na asem no aye wawa na niema etumi akoyie eno nti bebre wo hono ma ye mfa nko so. It is not just about criminal cases. epe enya de ekoho because Dr. Baumia eka say esiden ena eye non lawyers etna criminal cases so abromunye lawyers but respectfully some of these cases now I am a court tribunal according to what I know enye criminal cases nko a na mum no other cases are sebi nipa so munim de etumi tena se esiesie enye jail nko a na tribunal no eko jaili amanfo dabi entesa but yebedi ni nyina ho komo mrepamu no yebedi ni nyina ho kebekwa ahoma no so na face no me lawyer tenase a minim say nkoma me ma bedi enye we die but ka oye den be den be fa ho ansa na mefie mako adwuma sese mini ni die so 8 minutes past the hour of 8 ebedi san komo ni na just as I told you any other matters na ebedi ho enkomo ye pa brenko na me ni Kingdom Herbal Center ending nkomo na fe no yenya pomudene na watwi wanonum bia waye bia wadi 4 ewo mpem boy said D4 ewo mpem na watchi omani maguase anope o sorry ye dinner temwa otumi nkasa aya o se ekua mekwa ba ekua se o kwentimi nyo de e just wa breb
enyuma ye tuma ye buse ni antumi ma no
da e de here
miampa na miniye biderade asio sebe so we be mobo
and the rade be hu ne mobo and to no ntie isan say Kingdom Herbal Center ramufa aye magic ordinema bebre abai be ma ye mpumuden akoyie pa yetio na fi yenko yanim
senior no pay chaga na fonyina amamonyina akwa basoronko adebaka safidie kase we so matianka ya na ye cause board man na the first time so a oti kasafidi and ase oti radio no anopay a Great Kingdom Medical Hospital anamoti yenka me so say ye kan last month ya bomonka ya catch them you go so ya bomonka ye say yen free eye screening no and ase free eye surgery na ye ya magana fonyina emfa woni baabi a wo emfa woni baabi a wote emfa woni tribe a ofi mu me pacho ye hospital na tu ase wo say obi biara owo eniyade obi a nani afira anaso wo say etest ne so obi a owo lens anaso in fact wo challenge and a problem e wani nkosua no so no me pacho ye hospital ne yes wo say every month biara no ye ne for free etano pay udi abe ne say obetutu wadamo anabe faka akopie ye ngaso ye hono mo ye akrapem akropon me kire Eastern region na eko na afie examination ho duo biara e wo say ye ma wo na ye hu sampa wo ni de sefata say wo say ye no operation me ba cho enye ya problem bi enye issues biara say obo me ko so misuro ni ade da bi me suro kura ti obi biara o tie me say ye I'm sorry adwumakuo bi ankra obi biara and kai who say when in the they're very sensitive and tell na was say it is a problem na say when no and they who was our challenges in the but ya for free ya news car it asofo na mo hwe me assemblyman for mo hwe me politicians for mo hwe me any obi bia wo hwe me bia mpacho catch wo ho na catch odofo catch wo members say about your Great Kingdom Medical Hospital ye we krap makropon etun sa afro obi bia wo san say yan doctors na mo free Canada no ababa bedu omo by last month be ye first one still gusu wa hanu mo a wo mo twen and if doctors ahodon so ya tun sa from so meboa a omo nyina adwuma Great Kingdom Medical Hospital no so wo no mo a wo twen sa no pay bra na yenye examination no yehu sampa wani no ye be ye surgery and as a problem no ho no say na tie emfa ma e free ye niska ti we na say we say ye book wa na ye book for on the 3rd of August. Yes, on the 3rd of August this month, on the next month, 3rd August next month 2026, and yes, I surgery ndama adofo nyina ntiba chow se so se odo ma ba shim wate na wani kura enfra impu hwese ne tie na afria obu won mo or drive ohun hwe sade we chira ohun ebe no so ohun in fact challenge bia wo fam fa wani hu kosua no de me so say Great Kingdom Medical Hospital afasa kan nyina e de abrofo no free Canada ba ne se omutua mo bia for free ntifa ho jim na bra ne yehwew ya meka ye ebia apesa wo tiase ye emere nti bia wo teke mu ntimi ntie ni nyina ya no afra telephone numbers impacho so wo TV na and a good screen no so no na mmom se wutie radio no dia betumi fresh telephone number we no aginkyeremu ni ye efa a Great Kingdom Medical Hospital aso ye ho 0593 722 619 0593 722 619 and I said 0245 504 158 0245 504 158. Apart from that, a year general OPD service, and it's a T2 be an oba, you been able to a hair dentist or a throat, be biara, who come be a flower, pomo de Hunsembiano, Great Kingdom Medical Hospital, watching Yemos of Baba, Nayasha, me patch also, so, and Tanta Kering in Ano, ye be elho, surgeries are doing in answer, so Great Kingdom Medical Hospital, Bracoju, or Moye be elho. Yeah, about former Hormonas, Baba BC, a year at Dupa, a year company, they are Jaswa. Over 25 years senior Center for Scientific Research into Plant Medicine. A Akropon Wajatu Mrs. Edruwe. Yamo de Uroma, Obia or arthritis, Obia or stroke, ya dear, Obia or diabetes, senior, Obia or the immune system, and Akofomwa, and they on your active baby, you know. Say Edruwe and American for the amount. Your friend said Kingdom Garlic Bitters and now say the capsules. Yeah, and wash and so says Edruwe, one more Obertano. Obo ka se odum abrofunu enti se do onum ka ho abebo na ai wo de say after so ba no abrofunu na wie for 1 good hour na ekire kakra no wotimi nom ye ndro ye bibidro ye bi any side effect bia ti anwa se no so papa e de amame o koton so so ya no hu se we no eye the capsules ana we susu ye ne bitters me ba cho ya de ba ko pena ana esa enti wo de ne se ebia on pen ne capsules na wato ne eye ne bitters no open the bitters no so na wato no nko a me pa cho mento emom na djuma ko na ana ya da edi me pa cho no nesi from what say na ase ya wo ya wo di se wo ti bremu ebu won so ni pedua na kasa se we week ase wo ti pa obi sa no ni nyina no enye garlic na wo mu ni nti so how ni nyina ebeiri na kama pa bra kojo edi efiro edi amamti ma wonsanka Kingdom Garlic Capsules anase ni syrup mbacho akwala no berima no obi biara etumenum akwala onya 12 years the so ai bra akwala onya 12 years no be hu doctor san one apart from that ene obi ofa nyinsan de om de be hu om doctor san one apart from that de obi biara etumenum papa Kingdom Garlic Capsules anase the bitters no eye ntia no pa bi anom we bra kojo dia Bako jumpa chom nim se na nsen adwuma no dɔso wo kɔ na oba bo we the punch we hwan ura o manage it's a pressure no wo so yes I know sometimes we do fear na say wa feel kra hu na asa na say wa brebi untumi nya active we ni edru American for their man your friend say Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules bako jo we ebe boa o tem bia oba down so say oba down say oba me bia at least for the 5 days no they bia from 3:34 no e setim pije kakra make us say we dey ada anopa ada ewia ada untumi mpeja Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules ana American video amount but ebo adwuma any side effect kwa bibiduro bia no hono mo a ewo side effect nti me so say no pa bi anom omo so omo wo koku me ba cho ebetu na senyina edi afi ho wo ekuru wo sisim ya me kire ye waste problem bia infections awodo bia wo face ewo wagasa o mema yemu no me pa cho wo nyina ne ebeyi edi afiri ho edi ama bebe bi wo bo sa se nsuo no gugu ne mema no kakra bi sa petepete wono mo sa no me so say onom Kingdom Ginseng Power Capsules menua ebeyi nyina afiri ba mema sem no akwanim papa da bredwo de ya na enye sika onye bebrebe na baba ye be mo dabi wo de ade so obem ase wadampem na watimi abadwo papa number no enegu TV no so me pa cho wo tie mi a obetimi afre anasa wo tie mi radio no so a ya no frɛ number ya me send to dwa ya 0593 722 619 0593 722 619 and I said 0245 504 158. Offer number ya yenga drone hu sem bia no ye bebo na ya ma obi papa na twato Richard me kan for dia ma hu kantwa no tremendous capsules Richard mpachote opa de o infections ya na nye infections bi oba efam me pa say syphilis say gonorrhea and as oba no hu say discharge white bi ewo ne panties mu a ya na enye kra and say oba bi hu say infections nti ama obu ne say wi o te say enka bi di akiri and say oba o te say bad odor I mean senti word ma enye kra no me pa cho we na ebeboa o ebeboa mo ho so tight bia o te so ho show baby away infections bia ekọ anim bia ma agi ho nyina boso no bakojo saade no ma oni oba machia so na wo so ko ba no ho na ti ko fa me nyinsa no o say heat na infections are taking place in no ya na ama nyinsa no into me ema etisa no so ma me say draw away tremendous capsules no na abenom na yi sa infections ni nyina ene sa wo yare mu ma asem no nyina no ebe yiri nyina e de afiri ho no mo e de ama papa enti ye no we de edos wo dwa so shop be wura bia ye ton abibidro ana ye ton abrofudro me kire pharmacy ene herbal shops bia no ana say license chemical shop bia ye ton aduro bia no me pa cho bo wura ho no mo a ye nupa ye de badwa su yi obenya bi ato papa ana so padudu atu ya no akọ okanshi drug lane Kingdom Herbal Center bebrebe na e ho no mo a obenya bi atu e ho no papa number no na Good TV no so pa duro no bi hu samsam adio ana pese oni die nkomo fa duro no ho a ya fa telephone number na Good TV no a ebenya abotre ni achechire papa ana say ye the free surgery na ye dey ba on the 3rd of August no so o pese onya mu nchiro bia ana anything concern in hospital ni nyina no me pa cho se benya abotre na ya achechire kama pa e dey ma me say hospital no wo akurapem ekropon number ni 0593 722 619 0593 722 619 and that's 0245 504 158 0245 504 158 me patcho channel so say ye the hospital ye bibia ye hwe yare bia ye was session dey bibidro ehwe and there was session so a ye dey abrofudro so ehwe blakojo and pay for that day and am the great Kingdom Medical Hospital and Kingdom Herbal Center and amawo and we tie for nyina.
Yes, so that's a pa ye Great Kingdom Herbal Center na Face Hospital ye da masi pa kwa kacho ramu fase michia no na me tene nkrani na bibia e fine wa ha why I chana mami why
make a chane
na general number na me friend why
enne mabobolo
29 minutes past hour of 8 over the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM. And I feel say Kessben TV me din area man san so for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Enti komo na meka na eno a yebedi enkomo no and of course tribunal no enkomo no will touch on it again because to share your constitution ni mo article 142 of the 1992 constitution provides a constitutional framework for the establishment and composition of a regional tribunal across the country. Nana se nana me chechi mo achiro no enye se sebio ye kan se onye lawyer wontumi embemu no. Eye emra no article 142 no echire mu se Chief Justice and na yamane sa 2 minutes obetumi establish a regional tribunals ewo region bia ewo eye Ghana memu ha. Na regional tribunal no ayana ehihye na ti say Chief Justice ebefa eye chairman obe appointed obi oye chairman one chairman I don't know ebe toso na onu ebedi animu na yahwe enema no se ne nema betimi akọ ewo within eye locality and as a region honum nyina no ombe so each region bia no consists of a Chief Justice, one chairman and then one other members omo ebe form eye sa regional tribunal no mo ebe ye no eno ho nkomo na ye ne ye wia ye ne nyina no ye de betudwa ema na afia chiro even how our members no composition no kra no etie na ye se enye sa keke enye bibi eche se ye fa wa na ye do akwakwotena so se bio betena so na di asem dabi omo enye ne sa kra so edenti and at the NDC really will want to bring this thing back again or really ombeso mu shemu kena ye pa se ne bebe timi aboama eye justices wo krom hanum na fe so ebedi ensem no ye be con intentem na no so ho enkomo ebedi ni nyina ewo fia hanum na fe ya most of times you know ayana do di anim no na ya or high court judge ana se eye ne de ohene wo krom ho ebia onimde aka ho na sebi omo musumu nimu de no ne edomo aka ho ye wed omo mukra eye sebi omo prove integrity area hono near the moso aka ho a sebi omoboa amedi ensem nyina. But I'm asking say since 1992 ye de ade hye mu ya sebi ye da so tiase ye te hei say na regional tribunal say ye adwuma ana na ye adwuma so a how effective was it complementing what we have? Because senior minority for canon now quite to say na ebi ni ho and a fee and a NDC for EDB eba and also say na there ne wo ho da no was it working, was it active when some 8 years ago, 16 years ago, 20 years ago we had it no sana na etiana, and if indeed it was working, how efficient was it around that time to date? Sebi constitution review for according to what Dr. Bawumia is saying, a woman kratem say yenyin fimu na fe yemfa omumre nyina no ahodini nyina no emma normal court no na omunya adwuma no na eye adwuma no na etesen. Did we have the chiefs any sebi omo integrity ewo region ni mu no na omu di asem ni ye jeli obi sebi anko ye anaso se den a? Is it a fact that we are only thinking history of PNDC, history of somewhere 1870 something thereabout, and now sebi colonial days, omu yusu ahimfo no alongside the normal justices, omu de ye juman. Is that what we are thinking about? And now say we need to look at the efficiency of what it is doing or complementing sebi the normal courts na ye wono. And who come on and those are the things we need to look at beyond the history of what we want to see as tribunals and at the Okoye and Nipa. I mean, I have not equally also heard anybody giving me a specific example. Say Sebi regional tribunals and even at the MPNDC time, ye jeli obia ensem fata says ye jeli but it's all about history and no examples per se. Critical examples, to really position it. And won't come on, these are questions I'm only asking whether it really sit well with the issue and not to use emotions and any other things or politically to say my enfamba and I say enkomono yentu engu and I say bibisa. But of course, TUC so akasa just as I said, Dr. Bawumia, I can TUC for there and what the argument are and all that. Almost they've made the argument. Maybe whether it makes sense. Quote Nina Bedi who enkomo ye pa 34 minutes past the hour of 8 and no you be enkomo membudu no munye ready esane se enkomo mba be DCCA sefata se wutie bi pa because ye kan membudu mo krom ha no mo no sabi adwuma ye friend adwuma aboye se Jonso abo akokono. What is really happening when it comes to employment in this country, especially youth employment? Ayani ekase yenko entrepreneurship. Ayani akache se yensua ensano adwuma kakra. Ayani akache se suku na se ye kodie na mom no bebi a wo so oyire wo ho say ye talent, say ye creative. When I talk about creative, I'm talking about the creative art. And now so say be one kasa wo sua bibi ya the palm and now to me and manufacture bibi on your own no. Kwan ben sukra na ban esese oboa now to me eye de wo ye no na wo hyemu kena ye and ho komo nsese ye die because you see ano backlog egu ho no yesen nurse for backlog egu ho no yesen se eye legon ene KNUST fo nyina ya kan bom se omuko suku because ye do so ye pa adwuma sem eye problem. Politicians say back key things omoka che no say omema eye embabunu no adwuma ye pa eno ntino yakotwe eye director corporate and affairs legal affairs Emma National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program ewo hono mo hwe ama sebi entrepreneurship and affairs so mo innovate something new unique ade no mo so mo betumi mo ho be henham na mo nya kakra na mo de asoso mo adwuma no so na mo de aye lawyer Raymond bedema atenase aye babedi nkomo afa aye all these matters na afi hu kwan befa so mo so metumi aboa aye mambunu no ewo krom ha ye pa nto ye babunu na wutie me from 18 down to 35 years. I assume you are listening carefully to a lawyer Raymond Bedema, or director corporate and legal affairs NEIP National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program. Senebeya wosono bi kwan bi go hono abetumi afaso a wetumi afaso na woso sebi adwuma ye pe no woso wanya bi lo bibi aboko de we won't watch it.
It's all about bread and butter. Yes, we have to go up and down.
La Nigeria say weekend no echo ye ma pa. Nice. You didn't come but because you're a lawyer and of course I mean into the constitution I just want to clear this one, your views on this. I'm sure you've heard the arguments that have been going on since last week, and I face Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so na no ababetu me be regarding the tribunal bill now you're passing on. Now Dr. Bawumia is asking Mampenyi to slow down, ponder over the issue before Obe as Edenisa Ebeshe Eyenkrata say. You're a lawyer and you've been in the system for long. You know what the Article 142 states in the Constitution. Your take on this particular matter? It is saying.
Yeah, so let me say a very good morning to your Jerry's viewers across the country. It is important to put this on record, that in this country, everything that we do is guided by the Constitution. Everything that we do is guided by the Constitution. And so at no point in time should we do anything that will be outside the remit of the Constitution. Now, I say so because we know, if you look at the history of Ghana, when it comes to lawmaking processes, you realize that there were certain times in the history of this country where certain laws were made. And when they were made, because they were inconsistent with the provisions of the 1992 Constitution, people went to court to set them aside. So, yes, it is good to make a law, but it is not every law that will be good. If you recall the law that was made and then using the state funds to celebrate the 31st December coup d'etat, you know, MPP at the time went to court and said that, look, if our Constitution abhors coup d'etat, why should we use state money in celebrating the coup d'etat, right? And of course, the Supreme Court held that such an activity is against the Constitution, and therefore a law that seeks to make Ghana use our finances to celebrate coup d'etat, which is an abomination to the Constitution, should be set aside. I said I am bringing all this because to the extent that yes, Parliament can make law, again, we have the power, the Constitution gives us the power to go to court whenever we think that what law that or the laws that are made are inconsistent with the provisions of the Constitution in order to set those laws aside. Now, having said so, it is not always the case that we have to be in a hurry. I say so because, you know, when this government came to power, one of the first things that they did is to institute the committee in order for them to go into the Constitution to see what are the things that are relevant and those that are not relevant, taking into consideration when the Constitution was made, 1992. And there were certain circumstances at the time which are no longer in place. And so you will see that there are certain parts of the Constitution that may be absolute. And for that matter, there could be a recommendation that those things are removed. If so, what have we made out of the recommendation of the Constitutional Review Committee? For me, it is a thing that I kept on asking because I think that they might have made certain good recommendations. And of course, if there was the need to institute that committee, then there is also the need that the suggestions that are made are looked into. They should make it public. They should let us know what they have made out of the review so that we know what is good and what is not good. Because I have not had the opportunity to see what the committee have brought up, but I learned that they recommended that the tribunal system should be removed. If yes, that is true, then what is the need for us to bring it back? Right? We need to ascertain why those things were there. However, a lawmaker will not also make a law if there is no lacuna. A lawmaker will not make a law if there is no a vacuum or there is nothing to a remedy to cure. So again, we need to also to seek to know why the tribunal system yes, we need to juxtapose these two things, then we are able to identify whether or not we need it at this point in time or not. But again, I think that it's to some extent a good call for us to go, stepwise. We have to learn, we have to appreciate. Again, and any law that is supposed to be made should have this consultative process, where at a point in time you call people in the society, you take people to places, and then you ask them to look at the law and advise as to whether it will be good. If that process has not been done, then they need to do it, so that we don't risk maybe bringing the law and then within 1 month or two, somebody is in court in order to set aside such a law.
But ebe me mwa kakra say yes emra na we know the processes are emra FM where you need to do stakeholders meeting ba kumyenu miensa or probably more than that for them to understand, you know, na omo passing rano. Are we as parliament telling us to say omanye those processes in nyina oman go through anko bisa man for even TUC and no more affect you know omanye any buy and say pass here now, because when I heard TUC also saying say omo enforce no, then my thinking was that we didn't go through the process of going through the normal emra say be shemra stakeholders meeting. Koba near the better those first, second, third, ni reading that can before we come back to where we are and all that. Is it not surprising?
It's a bit surprising, of course, because the law requires that they do those consultative meetings and make sure that whatever is going to be put in place is right. But sometimes to taking into consideration the agency of the matter, they may speed up the process.
Okay.
Where they may do, but they may not do so much as may be required under the circumstances.
Okay.
So in that case, fine. But how urgent is the tribunal bill? How we need to also look at it.
But law, if Constitution makes it specific here on Article 142, that says that the Chief Justice is empowered to establish regional tribunals in each region. Now, this is coming from the 1992 Constitution. So some 8 years ago, some 16 years ago, this provision has been there. Has there been any cases or instances where you yourself have seen any of these regional tribunals, omudi asemana? In as much as the world utilizing it?
Not. Since I started the practice, I have not seen, and I've not been before any of such a regional tribunal.
Okay.
No, I have not seen. So that is why I am also thinking that why the need for it now. Is there anything so special that demands that we do that? If yes, then why not? But if no, we have to trend consciously. Of course, there are arguments out there that the bill that is passed, there is going to be 2 non-lawyers and a judge, a high court judge on that to sit. And people are of the opinion that those people who are not lawyers sitting on those matters may bring absurdity in the justice delivery system. I dare to differ with that, because even if you look at the trial by jury, in itself is made up about 7 of those ordinary members of the society and 1 judge sitting and to even try matters like murder. And that is a serious offense. And the punishment of it is very grave, right? And if those people are, over the period, have been able to bring justice or make justice in matters of murder and those kind of stuff, then I don't think that there is any call for alarm where 2 members and a justice will sit. Because at the end of the day, what the law requires is that after the trial, the judge will now sum up the law and then the facts. Then justice is being delivered. And where there is even maybe absurdity or there is some evidence on record, and court has not taken that into consideration in arriving at the decision, they have the power to actually seek redress in an appellate court. And so for me, again, any law that seeks to oust the jurisdiction of the regular court is not a good law. Because the Constitution allows that the judiciary should be the final arbiter in matters of what law. And therefore, if if there is even a tribunal to do today, and then the law allows that any matter or any verdict of the tribunal cannot go for appeal, then that is not a good law.
Okay.
Then that should not be in even our systems at all.
Okay.
But aside that, I think we just have to, as a people, we need to ask ourselves what is best for us at any point in time, and then we go up for it.
Look, last one before we go to the NEIP issues, are court congested?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. And again, I think I will call for systems to be put in place. My brother, it is sometimes disheartening that you wake up very early from Accra to from Accra to Dankwah. You only get there and you are told that the court is not sitting.
Wow.
Now, your time, the client's money is gone waste, right? And the system is too slow for me. Yes, I know justice needs to be trained constantly so that people are not just put or parked there. No, but again, we need to put systems in place to make things smoothly. Yes, I will call for that, because over the period, I think that especially where you have to travel and you get there, these WhatsApp call, WhatsApp messages, WhatsApp groups, a lot of things. I know there are some of the clerks, they are doing well by any lawyer that appear before them, they take your number, then they sought to create a platform where they communicate those things. Kudos to those clerks. But those that have not started, I think that it is time we ask that they do those things so that they can also help in the justice delivery system.
But lawyer, say yes, na omaimu for edi ya kakra efa abanya aba ekonyina. So we know say your court ni na no congested. Ye nimpa so say slow. Yatena say always as a brofo, we need to digitalize it, we need to expand it, we need to build more courts, we need to bring in more judges, more high court judges and all that. So what is anima we na sabi yenema yete eyo man no I na say mo person mo di grow, because me no ka say ordinary Ghanaian na sembia anka sebio anke betimedi ni 2 weeks 3 weeks. Meno ka say edi afe eko afe mienu na asem no ye ni lawyer no so kode bia oje 1,000 Ghana cedis obeko bia na adjournment ni do court next month 3 months obeko yesi prosecutor kraso ni ho. It look as if say ye judicial system nankasa no ya kan wasem restructure, do this, do that, but still digitalize it, do this, but it look as if there's no way forward when it comes to ASNMA way. Ghana for bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I mentioned here that we need to institute correct systems. Systems must be put in place in order to check all this, because sometimes you feel disheartened, especially as a lawyer, and then you are going to speak on behalf of a client, and you only get there and this is what you are. And some of the clients, my brother, sometimes they feel that the lawyers are in bed with the system.
Exactly.
That they feel that it is like a way of we going to make more money out of them. That because of course, for me to travel from here to Dankwah, I will collect my TNT, and I get there and the matter doesn't come on. I've already collected the TNT, and I will not refund that money to the client. So sometimes we look as if maybe but no lawyer is in bed with any court for such a thing. I don't think any lawyer will even be happy to go to court and he cannot do the work of his client. No, not at all. So again, the clarion call is for all of us to make sure that the systems are put in place in order to help the justice delivery system in this country.
Satrabina nkomo ebedi ni ye pa bala yenko enwuma no so, because sabi mebuno no 8 year pa between the ages of 18 to 35 years 36 years omunyina etifie edwene ehwe kwan ombefa so a omoso sabi omonsa be koma no na momo no sabe koma no pa dia na se fata se esese omunya bibi omwetumi aye na akofa ade papa eso abromo. La you agree with me say mebuno no edoso ye pa. You also agree with me, say subsequent government aba eko sebi ehyeya ewo emma mebunu ewo krom ha when it comes to entrepreneurship and innovation setting programs ebetumi alleviate sa space ni na no ayana aban bia ba or the need ba edie na national entrepreneurship innovation program for amman bebunu ewo eye krom hanum sisia.
Yeah, my brother, thank you so much. This is a multi-million-dollar question. Yes, because I think that the youth, any country that plays with the youth, the workforce of the youth, the employment of the youth, may be bringing or calling for national security threat on its own self. I say so because the devil finds work for the idle hands. And so, you know, before they come in or during the campaigning season, what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama did is to promise the good people of Ghana that when he comes, if he cannot elevate or eradicate completely youth unemployment, he will try to reduce it drastically. And so he promised them the Jumawura program. And so when he was voted into power, what he did is to ask NEIP, National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, to actually implement the Jumawura program. And that Jumawura program seeks to help the youth to become owners of the jobs. You know, Jumawura is actually an Arakan
yes. Own the business.
Own the business. Instead of you going to chase the business, own the business, and you can also be an employer of others. So we help to elevate what poverty and also make sure that the youth got something to do. And I must take this opportunity to say a very good morning to my CEO, lawyer Eric Ajay.
Yeah,
he's doing fantastically very well.
Nice
And if you look at his leadership skills and how he's able to rally everybody around him in order to make sure that the vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama comes to bear is recommendable. And he's the deputy, I call her NEIP Beyonce. She's very fantastic in brain. She's also a lawyer, and they are doing very well. Then the management very well. I say so because, you know, last year, government instructed NEIP to help about 10,000 businesses. And my brother, the Jumawura program, people think that it is about giving people money. It is not about money. We have done a research, and the research has shown that entrepreneurship, it is not all about money. Entrepreneurship is also about the wisdom, the idea, the knowledge to make sure that the business grows. So when we came, what we did first and foremost is to actually develop a manual for which anybody that will be enrolled on the Jumawura program will be taken through a training. You'll be taken through training. It was 5-week intensive training that they trained them in a lot of things. Core life skills training, management. My brother, it will interest you to note that when they started, the first week, people were asking, why are we now bringing them back to classroom? But after the 3rd week, they've gotten the essence of coming through all this. Because people do not even know that business money must be separated from the individual running the business. So all they know is that they break, it's my business, oh, let me get something out of it. But through the training, people are made to understand that as a business owner, you need to pay yourself salary, and that the business is a separate entity from you, the person. So you pay yourself salary and not to be dipping your hand into the business money.
It is also a salary amount.
At the end of the month, you pay yourself this amount, and then any other amount is for the business. So you don't put your hand anytime you want. And people also feel that after they are making the profit, the next thing people should do is to start changing their lifestyle.
Yeah.
No, entrepreneurship is not about that. Entrepreneurship is about investment, how to multiply whatever you have. And we realize that if we don't do this very well, what will happen is that the people we gave the finance last year are going to be the same people who will chase after us the subsequent year. Because they are not having that idea, they don't have that knowledge to multiply whatever we give to them. So if we give you 1,000 today, we don't expect you next year to come chasing after us for another 1,000, but you are able to use the 1,000 to multiply so you can get 3,000. Then you can now expand the way of employing other youths. So that if our target is that at least each of these businesses, the 10,000 business, is able to employ at least 2. So the owner himself and any other 2, is it not 3?
Yeah, 3.
So it means that at the end of every year, we are able to bring 30,000 because it's 10,000 by 3, 30,000.
Wow.
And so if we are able to do this well by 4 years, the mathematics is good enough to let us know how many people will help to get out of the poverty cycle and also get out of that unemployment situation. And it will interest you again to note that the CEO realized that no, what we are doing is for everybody, but there are also students on campuses, our university campuses. And some of them are into selling, buying, and those kind of stuff. What do we do for these people? So we develop another thing called the SEED, Student Enterprise Entrepreneurship Development. And this is targeted towards getting students who are on campus and are into businesses. So we are able to identify them, we bring them, we train them, we give them the startup funds, and then we make sure that by the time they are out of the university, they've started their own businesses. So those people will not come out and add up to the unemployed youth.
It is a moody showman, so maybe you
it's just like catch them young, show them what to do.
Okay.
So on campuses, we are training people over there to be entrepreneurs.
Because even on campus to cry no menu na beja to mu se bebre na wo ho mo ye adwuma nkete e wo honom.
You know, when I was in the university, I was barbering.
Oh, now Baba?
Yes.
It was school.
Oh, school.
Wow.
And let me say shout out to all my customers at the time. Yes, I was barbering. And my brother, after school, I left the barbering. Just imagine at the time, I finished my first degree 2010.
Okay.
So let's assume that I had even a barbering shop on each of the campuses. You can just name the number of campuses that we are having.
We employ now, so
you realize that I would have by now, I wouldn't even be chasing after anybody for any employment. I would have even rather employed more people.
It's true.
So we better identify people who have these ideas. Then we train them and help them to develop those ideas into businesses. And I can tell you, we can get the next Dankwa's, we can get the kind of businessmen that we need from our universities.
Because that same university, the tertiary institutions, you know, and where be no nipa no di tuan school fees.
Yes.
And where be na or the extra ni nya keto akra wo fie kra na no de share no di tu be hostel fees in nema. Now people e be kra ko fan enema.
Yes.
Ebeton. So you ask yourself, how are they doing that business? Ebitimi jai ekoto go bawo.
It's a very serious thing.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm saying that I think that we need, and the NUCS, the current NUCS president, is championing the cause. I think he has found some good sense in what we are doing. And himself, last he came to the office, even NEIP has not given him any money, but he's going around himself making noise about this SEED program.
Wow.
And he wants more of the students to take advantage of the program.
Wow.
I see this to be a game changer. I see this to transform a lot. You know, last year we were supposed to train 10,000, and out of the 10,000 businesses, we are supposed to give 2,000 startup funds. But with the other things that the CEO is doing, talking to the development partners to come on board, talking to people who are having the means to help, we were able to even fund up to 3,000 plus businesses last year.
Wow.
3,000 plus businesses.
Wow. So businesses, which area are they playing?
Very well. So I think I've sent you one video just last week that I received that video from Kumasi. And that the woman was looking for somebody she want to tell her story to, what the Jumawura thing has done to her.
Wow.
If we can play it, I would have.
I think my producer has it. You know, if producer say ready, you bet me aboni eti de mama eka. Because on my screens right now, who no, but when me entie the mama no eka exactly. Efa this Ejumara program no.
Abusafo ene Jumawura beneficiary baako na Jumadi e park first class catering services Jumawura ntise onya ene mfaso kakra onya no obie na Jumanim nti yetu na mo akọ Asante Mampon akwakohwe na Juma na wabie mu no ne ehu mfaso Jumawura atimi ama no ntidi machi de nkọ Asante Mampon ene medawase
na afoforo so ni adwuma ye de
Okay, so this is a clear example of a Jumawura, you know, but I'm interested in the mameno and I say a sister no air cano. also okasa no one can say it's not just about the money but the training. So I circle that one, the training no and abuano amatumi
so you know they thought that where you are selling, if it is watching you are selling at one point, that is enough. But the training will let you know that you have to open other outlets out of the training, that when you are doing this, once you are flourishing here, you can start in another portion. You can start in another part of the country, or you are another part of the city, right? So these are all things that are taught at their training. They take them through, when they start, like she's saying, and another good thing about the program is that it is not just for people who are educated.
Mm-hmm.
We have categories of what Ejumawura beneficiaries. Mm-hmm. We have that of the alpha, those who have not been able to go to school, or those who drop out a primary level, that they belong to the alpha group. And there is a way we train those people to understand. My brother, you will understand, or you will bear with me that there are people who have not gone to school, but they have the ideas.
Too much.
How do we shape those ideas? How do we help them so that those ideas are not wasted? We put them into the program. Then we have the beta, secondary school, GSS secondary school people. They are also part of their planning. They also have their way of training them, so that by the time they finish with their level of education, it can also help them to establish themselves. And then that of the Gamma, who are the university graduates, the Shari, the Poly, and those kind of stuff. They are all part of the Ejumawura program. And for men between the ages of 18 and 40, we have increased it from, the youth by its definition is 18 to 35. But we realize that if we want to go strictly by this one, we are going to leave some people who are so much, have all the energies. So we have increased them up to 40.
No,
the 5, we did that for the women.
Yeah.
For women, 18 to 45.
Okay.
But people living with disability, any form of disability, for them, there is no age limit.
Oh, okay.
Once you are a person, and there is an automatic way, or automatic that for you, that person, you will also be given the grant. So we don't play, or we don't do any once you are taken through a training and you are a person living with disability, look, we are going to give you the grant and make sure that you succeed. And it is not about, we don't end it at the grant level. We have mentorship and coaching.
Beyond training, most of the mentorship.
So after the training, you are given startup grants. Then we don't leave you to go and be on your own. We do mentorship and coaching. And make sure that whatever penny, Ghanaian taxpayers' penny that is spent on you is put into what you said you are going to do. So we have training hubs across the country, that train the beneficiaries. And the agreement we sign with those training hubs to also do what we call the mentorship and coaching. So after the training, you have the responsibility also to do what we call coaching, peer-to-peer coaching, where people who are in the same category are brought and also see what are you doing better, which is making your business flourish. Then we also have people who are already giants in the business. They also bring them also to tell them what they can do in order to make their businesses work. Look, for the CEO of NEIP, Lawyer Eric Aje, he says that he is a young man and he cannot fail the young people on the street.
Sure.
If for nothing at all, by the end of his tenure in office, he should be able to point up this and that businesses. When I was the CEO of NEIP, these are the people I have helped to be established. And for him, if he is able to do that, it is enough for him. And so all of us as management, all we do is also help him to achieve this vision. And I know it will go a long way to achieve the overall vision of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Enti sɛ metowase a ɛnyɛ sɛbi sɛ bia mo a moyɛ aduane nko a ɛna bia farming nko a it cut across everybody from the creative sector to tourism to everywhere.
Yes.
Obia can assess it.
And you know, now people are just using their phones
exactly
to make money.
Because
and the problem is that people are not doing it just ethically. So we did this program called a creative creative act.
Yeah, creative arts.
Yes, even last month, the CEO and some of the management went to Kumasi.
Okay.
You know those SS students who were painting.
The visual arts kids, students.
We did something for them from NEIP.
Wow.
To encourage them, to let them know that what they are learning now is not in vain, and it is something that is employable. It is something that they can develop onto it and become better people in the society. So he went there and then he gathered those people and give them certain tools that will encourage them. Just imagine, just somebody who just went there to paint just for the good of it, and before you realize you are being recognized,
yes,
brought before the cameras, appreciated for what you have done, that will encourage the person to do even better. So
mentioning tools and I'm sorry my baby sound. So and yes sir obia or pese onya opportunity biano any here sika per se.
Not at all.
Inti you might think say me de ban say me here sika. Maybe a train any bibiano, there might not be money necessarily that I need, but maybe a year logistics be an answer na me here.
So you know those who said they were going into farming, agriculture, we realized that some of them want to go into poultry farming. Now what do they need? They need cages. Some need the akoko nkete. So what we did is to liaise with Agric Ministry so that those people can be given those akoko nkete. Now, do we need money to give to those people? But we have given them something after the training, and we will also make sure that whatever best art are given to those people, they are able to develop that and then use that as a business.
Ora Raymond, metio sesia me bebuno metio wo Konongo, metio wo wa, metio wo western region, northern region, buno and all that. Sabi sesia na matone na me pese me kwaye sa dwumedie we bia ekwan ben so na mefa.
Yep. So for the Jumawura for this year, we have finished with the applications, right? And we are now doing the selection of the beneficiaries. But for the seed program, it is still ongoing. Go to www.neip.gh.gov. www.neip.gh.gov. Then you will be able to see where you can, once you are a student and entrepreneur, once you are a student and you are doing or involved in one or the other business, go there and apply now. The program is for you, right? And those that are not students but want to take advantage of the Ejumawura, they should be on the watch out. From September, we are going to launch another one for the next year. Now we have started for those of this year.
September,
yes. Then we are going to look at those who will be enrolling for 2027. But for 2026, for them we have already sent the link. People have applied, and it will interest. We are looking for 10,000. We get more than over 100,000 people applying. So that tells you that, look, the youth of Ghana are not lazy. They are only looking for opportunity. And I think the opportunity is now here. But we are also praying that the government increase the funding. Yes, I think that when we get more funding, it will work. And the civil society groups, the development partners, if they are hearing us, the youth, and NEIP in partnership with the government, we are going to do better. And another thing I will want you to note is the fact that just last week, we signed an MOU with Venture Trust Fund to create a Jumawura Trust Fund. And they have promised to put 100 million into that trust fund, purposely for the Jumawura beneficiaries. So it means that this year we may even do more than what we did last year. And that is a very good call. Partnering with other agencies of government in order to make sure that we help the youth to get jobs to do. And that is, I think, for me, the management of Venture Capital Trust Fund are to be recommended. They did very well because when CEO went to them and spoke about what we do, they have listened. And it is so at a point they will not only just give grant alone, because grant alone may not be sufficient to put you where you are.
Sure.
So we are looking at a situation where we will get to a point where instead of just giving them grant, they can even go into equity financing, where some of the shares in the companies that are being produced are going to be given to management funds or like the venture capital and other things, and they give them more money. We are trying as much as possible also to sign MOU with other financial institutions. I think we are almost at signing with about 2 or 3 banks. Yeah, 3 banks. And so that once we see how viable and scalable your business is, we can recommend you as our beneficiary in order for you to get a loan from these financial institutions without or very little interest rate.
Okay.
Just to make sure that these people are able to establish and scale up their businesses so we can reduce unemployment in our beloved Ghana.
Right. Thank you. Lawyer Raymond, no Eddie and Konopacho, sample numbers in the many area na ubi episode nyamwa on the Sabekamono.
Okay. So if you are a student and listening to us this morning, go to www.neip.gh.gov.
Okay.
And you will get SEED program. SEED, SEED. That is S stand for student, enterprise, entrepreneurship, development.
Okay.
Go there and apply. Once you apply, and another thing is people ask me, what if I've not registered my company or I've not registered my business? How do I do it? We are there. We have a desk at NEIP. We assist you to also register with Register General. Wow. What we did is that we signed MOU with Register of Companies. So when we send you there, it is from one government agency to another. So there is that flexibility, and they are able to support you to register your business smoothly. We also sign another with the Food and Drugs Authority. Some people are having products that need to be registered with Food and Drugs Authority. We can also assist you to get your product registered.
Wow.
So you can be in market.
Wow.
Standard Authority, we have also signed with them. You can also have that. We can assist you. So when you are there, please, and at any point in time, even if you are not a beneficiary of the Ejumawura, but you are a youth and you are into business and you need any advice, you need any help, please, our doors are always open.
Okay.
Come to NEIP. We are located at Cantonments in between Togo Embassy and then American Embassy.
Okay.
We are found over there. Come, our doors are always open.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I say, Ora Raymond, this one says, good morning. About the Jumara, I want to know about we that are in, that has Momo vendor who wants to invest more. Also a Momo vendor. And this one says, good morning, Mr. Host. I was part of the program, a challenge person. The training was good, but how to get assistance from NEIP is the problem. Mr. Babu, that's what I see here. He keeps typing, but I'm sure we should, I will table it in front of Ora Raymond. Washam. So the Ababu Pipra Collins from Jamase. Okay. And or the by or say or
with disability.
Disability. I can see the picture here. Okra clutches picture. I can see it clearly here.
Okay, so the region where he is
Jamase.
I don't know which region is that. Is that something region?
Rich, Jamase should be Ashanti region, right?
Okay, you should contact our office there. Okay. Now we have offices across all the regional capitals. You should contact our regional director.
Okay.
And then they will get his contact and get us the name, and we see what we can do. Okay. Because people living with disability, we have been entrusted to make sure that all of them are taken care of.
All right. Tora baby, office now call you na no. Udu honoma na onyo mundi nkomo biom na bibiania obetumi edo dia but do ye momo no do ono so e type fi enyinem o say ono no ye opeso hu how ono so ye momo oye momo vendor no obetumi aba na one ma be training no hu ko be fa so ono so benya kakra expand ya na
we can talk so you can also contact our office. Then we see how best we can be able to.
Enyinem is
because it is not just for people who are even enrolled on the Ejumawura program.
Okay.
Once you are youth,
okay,
we are there for you.
okay, all right.
Yes, please.
Yane eye Ora Raymond Bedema Nedin Komo Director Corporate Men Affairs Legal Affairs ma eye National Entrepreneurship Innovation Program in Enuno Edi Ankomwe Anope. He's been a blessing to us. Yanom especially Mbebuno and the kwan befa so yesu binya aban kakra wa odema yesu bitimi expand your businesses and affairs so eye niema ye no bitimi aye bi. So whether you are in the creative sector and also say owo eye the culinary sector and now say owo any of the sectors ni na no our force say we hia adwene and also we hia emwa bia betumi aboama so etumi expand wadwuma, not just the expansion but to also be able to employ at least 2 or 3 people say na be ya wo so no obetumi aboa na ye yi sankrofo miensen ana mienu ana enanpo every system nim no mo so manya kakra die Sefata says call NAIP now no more equity and so but let me say good morning to the CEO himself, Eric J. Mr. Also ye chair ye Paul Boy Juma Radi Inshaw Bebre. Dog, Mr. Dog, lawyer, yes, that's a power.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
But let me just say one shout out to a brother of mine. He's also a lawyer. Nenebi Ofori. Nenebi Ofori. His students love him so much. They all call him Nene.
Okay.
He's a fantastic young lawyer.
All right.
And he's doing very well for himself.
Okay. Yeah, that's super. All right. 90 minutes past the hour of and I am going to face you any Gentleman Dental Clinic Limited for Indian Komoya Ba. Dakado. You're the best of some.
Yamwakwa at the bad Gentleman Dental Clinic. Gentleman Dental Clinic, yes, in Hojuma. Koma yebedi efa tooth replacement se osia tu na wose ye bofo for e de hye homa nya hwensunsu anso a se wosi tu no wan hye fofra betimi e de abrɛw de di kan enipa ese enipa ni monyam ukɔ nipa mu na wo kasa de ye hwɛ e ye wosen de ebo ma wotimi didi e ye wosen o kasa de ebo ma words bi o ha wotimi pronounce ye so e ye wosen ye didi dwuma di ahodo bebre ndi se ese na etu a ehu behia se obeba ne ahye foforo enso e ho e de ama wo nso obi wo ha ne se no na ba kusie ni ba kusie chiri enya ade a ehye nkran Gentleman dey train South 42 na mo bra ne nya ese ne foforo emfa hye ho so emfa ma afen so nipa osini o wanuma eboa ema obon no ekipi in good shape se wo situ na wan ye replacement sa side of the bone ebetimi atum amana yi ana se betimi ebu agum se na ya yeta aka no amana yi maintenance ma sa ha no ento to na mo bra se ese na atu no ye hye foforo e wo ho mfa ma ese na wo ba ye wo ma ahodo bebre ye wo ese na ba ko a hye wa obetimi yi wa de wa hohoro ho no wasa hye na de ba ko wa bonten se nipa do na agiri se de wo sha obetimi yi no ntimi fa didi enye sa na tie ye ma wa obetimi de didi obetimi de akasa obetimi adwuma dia wo bia wo didi bia no ye wo mu ahodo mienu ye wo flexible one ye ta fa ne bar plus no e na afa ye wo acrylic e na afa ye wo de hye wa untimi emfa won san ka bi na se untu bi eno so e fixed prosthesis eno so tu ana mo ba Gentleman Dental Clinic ye be ye enso de amount ye wo mu ahodo mienu ye wo PFM ana se porcelain fused to metal and our fancy or back on so a fen implant and maintenance fee to an among bra gentleman say we seen to the Gentleman Dental Clinic ye be wow near restore or smile on a back to send the night so her Gentleman Dental Clinic a cheap when ya fine cry Ghana half fine in Gentleman Dental Clinic or here Accra Gentleman Dental Clinic 2 branches Accra the first one Nungwa right after Nungwa Senior High School do any check Cantamantono Unsaben so pay Gentleman Dental Clinic branch any NDC office no anase Italian pub ene dey animhwe e wo Nungwa afen so Atomic Down Domiko Benyara about odo ani che taifa no unsa benku so pe Gentleman Dental Clinic branch pa kon so ha ye di adwuma die wo ho afen so Santimantal mu Kumase o hwe ya Abrepo Junction Total Filling Station no achi wo pe odo ani HG no unsa nifa so pe ye ne Methodist School ne wa Abrepo Junction no ene di animhwe afen so Kumase ho hwe ya Atonsu High School Junction traffic light na se wa pe Gentleman Dental Clinic branch ba go so e wo ho a ye di adwuma di e wo ho Kofrodua so he Gentleman Dental Clinic ye wo Central Police Station no enchem ho ape ne Central Market no e di animhwe a ye di adwuma di ho abronsan ne wo Central Police Station enchem ho na takra den so o he Gentleman Dental Clinic ye branch na pipe no traffic light Tadisco Junction ho a enka ne bebi ana GM Bank e wo no sa abronsan ko na mu na Gentleman Dental Clinic ye wo ho a ye di adwuma di aflawo so Gentleman Dental Clinic e wo EcoBank Story Building na Story Building na EcoBank e wo ase no e soro pe na wo he Gentleman da obehu ye e wo aflawo afewu do ani kochirem e wo techima no so abono mantemu Genuine Dental Clinic Magazine Road Encom Hotel Achiwa Pe ni AY Ahmed ene di animhwe Techima afenso Esemante no so yewo Tamale Genuine Dental Clinic branch no Tamale Tishigu the post office no ene di animhwe anase adjacent the MTN main office na ye di adwuma die honum ti Ghana ha fa na nyina de Genuine branches no akweti Ghana ha nyina utu anamon ba ye behwew ne aboa na osewe na okasa so akoyi e di amaw so he TV na se a ye numbers ni egu ase no betima frɛ Genuine Dental Clinic sa homato for you so 054 990 6588 ofra doctor ebeje so say inquiries no make ebeje so ni aboa na so sere no kasa so akoyi di amaw. Gentlemen, it's time for you to smile again.
All right, 23 minutes past the hour of 9, the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM. And China physical stake so at was on Baransan and I can just the best brain publications. As I can just some that's why a ton a books in the man Quadano and then to so what JHS, so what SHS and I so a nursery a honina obey to me and your books in Ibi Ama and Quadano. And then to know primary product or more basic mathematics for basic 1 and 6 or more science for basic 1 and 6 English language so and I so primary for no mathematics and I so KG numeracy for KG literacy for KG world our people nina ebi ewo honom JHS for no more question and answers books wo honom obetumi apebie na dem ma eye wo man no mosuan with phone application ebi eye integrated science and ICT and no more mathematics English language social studies or more French there so ewo ho SHS so there with the phone application na ewo honom nti entem na woni eye BBP ano na me from say best brain publication for indi and common now so kopebi na to na beboa eye nkwala ne yie pa omo numbers no eye 050 7200 200 057 050 7200 200 and afi so eye 0241 520 946 0241 520 946 and I say 0504 200 300 now when a best brain publication for ND and Common. Sasa na meka cho se ejumekuo bi epe eye cleaners. Eno nti no wa wo pese wo yes ejumani bi mpacho for CB no ebre eye Kessben FM Dex front desk kono mo a ewo Aseda Twin Towers ye wo eye 4th floor circle ye ne eye teles office no circle na adjacent fa wo CB no ebe to eye front desk of yes Kessben 92.9 FM na omunhwemu mawo nti no cleaners na omu ehia sisia jumekuo no ehia cleaners and nti ye ntem na fa wo so odi ebra ye office anom na fa to honomo Sasa na meka cho say ye tontina 74 SMN kan cho say omuguswa eya nwade with eye omo adre fan T74 tontina 74 and nti no ye na ye treaty eye blood related diseases be to say high blood pressure, high blood sugar, chronic wounds, hepatitis B and C, HIV, kidney infections, liver infections, ulcer, prostate enlargement, bad breath and also menstrual pain, chronic cough, asthma, chest pains, arthritis, and also swollen faces and feet in Nadia. Now we hear a dry feed diagnostic herbal industry for what by friend Tontina 74, a beboy ye pa. And into the end, in pharmacies in our face or herbal shop ubiano, one sa ebe kebi. Diagnostic herbal industry for omo numbers in ye. So be so from an afu jinchichemu ye pa. Kwame faswa. Obe nompa ne se ne bema yare hawa me bo so nyina ne betumi akopa dia na from it was 0246 073 498 0246 073 498 and after so 0501 62 8931 0501 62 8931 now only a diagnostic herbal industry for ND and Common 26 minutes past the hour of 9 Ziga Atanase with Ziga Steak Yentoaso and that Monday the 20th of July 2026 Ziga happy Monday. We be able to there.
Inyakopa do be able to answer.
Radia dom kakra kra
all right.
But only answer na be shase no answer na be shase no ma men clear we enfio sisia na FIFA to aso ma so o man penye di nkoma back to back exactly good we di nkoma fa ho back to back at the issue of the third term no enye na shase this time he has spoken again on the same matter. Meaning say if this one will put everything to sleep with the answer say e Kenya never be so dia e nim there but man penny John Tomani Mahama they can find the third term issues na epiepie mu no say e no ka fa
I just make a little comment. The people of Ghana gave me a mandate for 1 term. And I am working hard to meet the promises I made them. And so I always tell my ministers, I say, let's number our days so that we can work harder to meet the promises we made the Ghanaian people. I know that people have gone to the Supreme Court seeking interpretation of the clause that governs the tenure of the president. If you ask my personal opinion, I thought that it was clear enough. I've read it over several times. It's exactly what it says, but if they want to ask the Supreme Court, that is their business. But I know that the people of Ghana gave me 1 additional term, and I'm going to work to meet the trust that they put in me. Thank you very much.
All right, so 28 minutes past our of year 9. This is what the President, John Dramani Mahama, says, His Excellency, the Atu Justice here, regarding the issue of third term, Yanko Court, and all that. Yeah, Siga, Yantoaso.
Yes, exactly. Adiana me person ki aboman kofuti. President Mahama asema okoka iso okoka voter region. Me madwini mu no. Be free say onko biemu a e swipe to fifi kwete. Because resetting agenda to our kono. So akono every region. And fifi kwete is from voter region. So ebia we know what is happening in the voter region, and he made this announcement in the voter region. But you see, ever since our casting, we see, we social media, we political commentators. Bebre say Mahama so unkubim, and yes, I know carry. I'm telling you. Still, I dear President Mahama can one country. Seven prejudice. I'm not saying that with the assassin deeper bebre, but I'm saying this. Say, may if you have a sharp reasoning skills, we say we want carry. Sir, I'm telling you, want carry. I'm telling you, say Supreme Court interpretation eba. Ne favor President Mahama.
If you find the same,
say interpretation eba. Na yes obetimi a contest bi ma no one contest ya on contest say eba na President Mahama an contest ya I'll leave broadcasting me judge journalism. I'm telling you, Kessben 92.9. Let me repeat this. Say interpretation eba na say a favor President Mahama so obetimi akwa another term no one kwa me judge broadcasting.
No, but he has already told you.
And yet, but see, the person who can yen na wakanu tiye.
Also, mama no 1 term.
Meba, ti.
Ana.
President Mahama. Obe baba mu. You see, 3 things and you de bonechi. Ubieka, especially the opposition. So oba the nursing training allowance no obetwam and yes I know my tie. Every teacher training allowance. Okay. And ono aye video no say. Me John Dramani Mahama, minka nursing training allowance. Now the one that I did in 2015, though he was trying his best to explain why uchemuno, which for me, na a Thomasum, the American water say, yeni na yakase the teacher training and nursing training allowance yen cancel. It doesn't make sense to me because near the compliment no, see a chem, and see a chem, and we chem or say. Who's why a mistake and conform tenacity. So oba on Panesanka. That's fine. The American water say. Now, despite I said that time, no, not the manifesto committee. I know have my NDC. The chairman Abekasa Mahama and Kasa nursing training allowance. But on one Kasa, esa kind, opportunity sa kind. Now, the free senior high school. The free senior high school. President John Dramani Mahama, nobody bothered to say Oba can see a free senior high school. On why video or say, me John Dramani Mahama, the son of why Mahama, I wouldn't cancel free senior high school. It has come to stay. Men cancel, men yana. What was said was a gimmick and propaganda. And that's how I catch it. But you been a wakano. Two de way in and but so on Kobiano, Sadi way or kind, yes, and wakano. Tie, Mamma starting show. One, or say, the people of this country gave me a mandate of 4 years. So I've been telling my ministers to say, almost fast tracking normal because we have 4 years, limited time. The American watcher say, okay. All this while, Obian me say, President Bianya 8 years. It will not catch and say, oh, I have read the Constitution over and over, and it is what it is. And the correct son what say, son yedi na yeti so a biaba and a President Biaba, you have 4 years, an additional 4 years. It won't him say, sanity. But obey the Supreme Court. So corporate interpretation. It is so no na catch and say, even the Supreme Court the ane back to you. So Supreme Court ruling ne back. Ne se favor me crime in Kobiem. What did you make her say? Because sir 4 years, 8 years the day. Obiani me wo hoda that. President Biaba in the Fourth Republic. Obiani 4 years. Ah, now we try 8 years. The make her what I say. Eti ono no dia no ye oko 8 years. Eti sana the Constitution ne ka. But until the Supreme Court be kasa no, yeni a wo Ghana ni na including Kofua. Ah, President Oman contesting after 8 years. Yeni na enim say 8 years. But until the Supreme Court be kasa no, obien wo onim sadie we say sisitie.
Sure.
Obien nim che Supreme Court na ba bonte be kacha and say na ade ne tre, especially the consecutively. Ah, can crunchene you kwese free follow ya kwese free follow kono. Was it there was an interruption? So the 4 additional 4 years no consecutively or not? Etieni na yenim President Mahama Krenim was my camera over and over. I don't just say sanity. The American watch I say, and no so Kobioma, and so catch and say, okay, maybe the mammy 4 years. Me camera and run it tell me 4 years. So even the Supreme Court there, interpretation, no say a favor me crowd wouldn't go again. Because it's supposed to be 4 years.
Don't mean prejudice the whole issue because the kind say random do nimne say the one random no nimne say walk of first
I have read it over and over. It is what it is. Prejudice.
Walk of first.
No, prejudice.
That be say the only one random say walk back wasan enya a mandate sisia into the name say why in 4 years that's how no person che wonim
I have read on Kaseme Makofo say I have read the Constitution over and over.
Exactly.
Because it is what is this.
Yes.
It's a person chair say it is say oko 4 years say more another 4 years and I make sure say it is what is this now canon. And on the be catch you and your Supreme Court the be catch say it is what it is now canon. And your Supreme Court the be catch ade na kire you no or Supreme Court. Supreme Court justices, make us sure. Before the check question issue the bebano. You didn't me say election was an event. But what? Yes, it did not acquire election and an event. But the Supreme Court we say election your process started from the day you started registration, limited registration. Near yaba your friend say a mop up. Yaba pop we are. Ye go for different no more wuni ye cleaning up anywhere. Afenia ye the data ba ya file nominations ya essay and sana ya kwaya balloting and sana ya kwako voting day ye can election day. Supreme Court na catch exam was it that day a voting day because election no a process eti who you voting now call ye find say counting, sorting, counting, declaration, swearing in. It's a process. But until then, no, your first 7 December election day. And your election day, your voting day. So na be say before Sadia ne beba no near the name said that day the election day. So to the maker say it is an President Mahama or no what ase. It you want to say my papa be a fan another jump of first part okay our chieftaincy act section 63 na okay dina no say so ahene frewa na so wan kwa otomra on the go Supreme Court and the Supreme Court cost case ade di free say the we normal enye saa and you kwase saa no na ye no di free ho dey make our say but until saa de no ebeba no and na dey adi aduma so until say Supreme Court be kasa no eye 4 years and na ye di na yenim 4 years mienu and na ye na yenim but Supreme Court in kasa ya President Mahama as a so catch and say if it's a Supreme Court ka ne favor me main contest beam. This is not enough and not sufficient. Hey, I'm telling you. But say, Odo Palmanembra. It just putting down the pressure.
But how are you so sure? Even if granted, say or prejudice issue no to say even if say a kuyi Emma a Supreme the court and say consecutive no as I say so like Okono no with no break and say a sequence into Oko 4 years the source uncle 4 years and no year conservative na year canon. But the point is that it's election. So how are you even so sure? On one how is he even so sure say wako 4 years the granted say Supreme Court ajia to say sa necessary kono you then find say sa necessary kono. How are you so sure say election by year 2028 to be winning? Do you get my point? You can lose. And when he loses when he loses what happens to it? Yes.
The Bahama third term is not a problem, but to win the general election will be the problem. Let me tell you something. Me say opa yen starting ye for lines here. Let only NDC people call. The NDC people omo yem sure omo say the change of candidate can send them to opposition. I'm telling you, NDC ni bia person Bahama contest unless and conform more base. And what ye friend say team. NDC ni bia ucho mo about 90% person Bahama contest them. Because they are afraid. They are afraid because they have realized that almost all the candidates, none of them can beat Dr. Baumia. And it has never happened in the history of world election. So, Biasa candidate, na candidate will immediately win. Once in America, on no circumstances, per the performance of President Mahama, people would have wished, especially the NDC people, they wish that Mahama continues. I'm telling you. Say Supreme Court interpretation eba. Ne koye say okay. Sad no ko betimi akọ the ayine ka consecutively. I'm telling you about that. Agenda beba no ntimi nyina no.
Ontimi nko.
Agenda beba no ntimi nyina no.
All right.
They make what I say. And yebama Ghana for near hard to understand that yebatiatu and you go.
Okay.
Mesu obeko say me madikaka me say President Mahama interpretation about the wankwa maybe job broadcasting.
Okay.
I'm telling you, all what he's trying to do or pursue what they eyes to adilus diba because pressure is becoming too much.
Okay.
Jamaica what I say. Etiti wake kano Maakye chairman call for say we have 4 years. Oh, the whole world did we see about 4 years and then the other that. Jamaica what I say. And now can crunch now or the court no or Supreme Court when you're in PPN. They are all analyzing towards NDC. Just by making you. Or would not analyze it towards NDC. Question free father day justice and him your court is what bribe 5 million. Ken Crunchy will declare on TV say he no more with new patriotic party and it is a permanent decision. It is a NPP and the idea we call quarter. He is taking it to court Supreme Court just to embarrass President Mahama. Say President Mahama episode seeking for 10 terms. Say that be an who bear Ghana for him. Jamaica what I say. And then people ya or no obi a what do when people inquire sadden. Obey the dear show be. Jamaica what I say. And we you need their show be a obi obejidi. So a year day in Abama obia or you unsupported President Mahama. I don't never call a say Supreme Court.
All right.
It will take the people that want President Mahama to go to Supreme Court.
Okay.
Apart from the two.
All right. But I say Ziga, any didn't come on Ziga Steak. I'm your birthday and I'm here for you. Happy birthday to Mrs. Ann Owusu Bempa, manager of my multi-credit savings and loans, Cantonment branch. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Ann Owusu Bempa. Happy birthday to you. And equally the host of a Kessben clinic. Happy birthday to you. And everybody jollof. And a happy blessed birthday to Mr. Muhammad Ni Tansaki. With your wife and a face on Kwadane and for the entire family. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Muhammad Ni Tansaki. And then a blessed happy birthday to you, Madam Comfort Anane Abna Ofuriwa of Insuta Biman Ashanti region. This one from your children, the entire family. Happy birthday to you, Madam Comfort. And then a happy birthday to H.E. Archbishop Dr. Kofi Adontin Boateng. This one from Bishop Bois. And I feel so, yeah. CGCI Ashanti region. Happy birthday to you, Archbishop. And then a happy birthday to Nyako Paulina of Seshi. This one is from Fantastic Wilberforce. Happy birthday to you, Nyako Paulina. And then a happy glorious birthday to Charity of Asante Mampo of Bontem. Happy birthday to you, Charity. And then a blessed birthday to Charlotte Benchum. This one is from Manuel. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to Esther Ban. This one is from Mercy, your friend. Happy birthday to you, Esther. And then a glorious birthday to Victoria Boatima Mawugbe. This one is from Efo Mawugbe. And the kids. Happy birthday to you. And then the congratulations in advance to Daniel Oti and Afeso Constanzo Wusu on your baby naming ceremony and engagement on August 1st at Sewa Brehwase. Congratulations. And then a blessed birthday to Millicent. Is it what? Clement, CEO of Millie Care Foundation of EPA and student of Gimpa. Happy birthday to you, Millicent. Clement, CEO of Millie Care Foundation of EPA and then student at Gimpa. You are staff at EPA. Okay, happy birthday to you, Millicent. That is exactly 9:45 in the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM.